Hey everyone. I have no idea what day today is. I've had a really interesting day. I've been such a bitch all day today. I've been disciplined quite a bit today by my lovely friend because I'm just not being an easy person to be around. So welcome. Today is day 46 BC. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I don't know what day today is. Tuesday? I think it's day 5. Okay. Today's day 5. This will be an entertaining one. I have my mic on, so I'm just like doing my thing. I figured out how to use this lovely item. Do you see this? Woo! You know what this is? A remote control. So now I'm going to put it to the side because this way I'm not going, ooh, how do I turn the button on and off? After 40 whatever days it's been, I realized that maybe I should learn how to use the remote control for my tripods. So I have one for the tripod I'm using now, and I have one for the selfie stick, and they both work through Bluetooth. So no more of these. I'm really getting in with the 21st century. I have to stop moving around so much. Part of why I've probably been a little bit irritable and hard to get along with today is because I'm not following directions. I feel like the naughty student. Yeah, so let's rewind to yesterday. Yesterday I got a phone call. It was a big phone call, but I didn't want to share it yesterday until I talked to my kids, because as much as I love you all, you don't get to hear information before they do. So yesterday my breast surgeon called and told me that they got the pathology back from my my mastectomy and the breast tissue. My lymph nodes are fine. There's no cancer in my lymph nodes. She saw that on the imaging, and the pathology also shows there's no cancer on my lymph nodes. I should be more excited, but I am in a bit of pain today. So as I adjust my bra here, I'm in a bit of pain today because I've been overdoing. So it's not that I'm not excited, just a lot to process, and that's why I'm being irritable. And I shouldn't be irritable. I should be thankful, and I am. It's just not coming across. So authenticity of the roller coaster of emotions. The lymph nodes are fine. Fantastic news. Interesting news and fantastic news is that there's no breast cancer on my left breast at all. Why I'm not jumping for joy on that one is because when I went to see the breast surgeon when this whole thing first happened, they had done one biopsy on my left side, which I had shared with you, and that came back benign. I have a hard stop, by the way, today in order to order my dinner from Chipotle, and I have to order it in a certain window or else I'm going to make other people unhappy that are in my circle right now. And because I've been so irritable, I have to make sure that I'm within those boundaries. So I have exactly 11 minutes to speak to you, and then I'm out. Anywho, there is no cancer in my left breast. Yes, that's great news. And I loop back to the initial discussion when I knew I had 2 malignant tumors in my right breast, and it was a question, because everything is a choice, of what I wanted to do with my left side. And when she showed me the imaging, there were several areas of concern. She said she'd want to go in and biopsy a few of those areas. And it's not like I was being glass half empty. It was more a matter of being protective of my body. That if I waited and had that imaging done, or had the biopsies done, and there would probably be more imaging, had the biopsies done, go through the whole procedure of all of that drama all over again, and then, I didn't want to go through all of that all over again. People made the comment, and I don't, nothing against Angelina Jolie. I don't like that people refer to her as a verb. When you find out that you have breast cancer on one side and you choose to remove them both, And then I've heard from multiple people, oh, you're doing an Angelina Jolie? It's like, no, I'm making the decision myself to have both of them removed. Some people get them both removed when they find out their BRCA gene has the mutation. Again, I don't have the BRCA gene mutation, nor does my mother, which is intriguing because we both had breast cancer. You'd think there'd be a genetic link, but there's not. So there was a bit of weirdness there that I chose to have the left side removed, and it's fine. My reasonable self says, yes, it's fine, and yes, there was like a 3% chance of whatever, or whatever it was, that I could end up having breast cancer in that side. Do I want to take a 3% chance risk? Do I want to have a 3% chance of having to go through all this drama all over again? No. I don't. The other thing that sits weird with me right now, which is a matter of processing, is the fact that there were 2 reasons why they couldn't keep my nipples. One of those reasons is because the suspicious cells that were closest, like on my left side, they would remove my nipple in order to do the mastectomy no matter what. But then there was a suspicious looking cell that was very close to the layer of, the outer layer, the closest to the skin underneath my nipple. So it's like you're taking your nipple off, that suspicious cell, now I'm finding out is not, was not cancer. At the time I didn't know. So if it was cancer and you put it back on, it's like, yes, we're going to do this and have your breast tissue removed, but then we're going to take this nipple and put it back on there, which may have one rogue cancer cell on it. And why on earth would I want to do that after having gone through all of this? No. And there was also reasons of how my nipples would fall as to why I didn't want to have them put on. As much as I like my nipples, it was mostly for a health reason. Well, I guess it was both, of why I didn't choose to have nor was it suggested that I keep my nipples. But a weird thing that I'm sitting with is, yes, it's all fantastic news. If I was feeling more jovial with my breasts, I'd be jumping up and down, but I'm not doing that because physically it would hurt. But to hear that there's nothing wrong with the left side just makes your head go, there's a lot of ing with this whole process. So this is just part of the process, and I get that all the things I'm feeling are normal. So that was yesterday. I have a follow-up appointment this week with plastics, which is like the slang term for the plastic surgeon or his nurse, to check in on what's going on. My drains, 2 of them hardly have any stuff coming out anymore. There's a little bit, but hardly anything. It's like 10, whatever the unit of measure is, cc's. Yes, I'm looking at it right now, even though I'm not showing you. It's less than 10 cc's of fluid that come out at each time I empty them, which has been like around twice a day, sometimes 3. If I do it 3 times, it's because they just get too heavy and it's uncomfortable. So my guess is that my hope is that when I go to plastics on Thursday for my follow-up, that they'll remove those 2 drains. I don't know if that will happen. It'd be great if they did. It's half as much bulky stuff going on here, and it'll make me look half as weird to go out in public, with freaking grenades and tubes hanging out of me. So that was yesterday. I also, even though you have the good news, you want to know, well, what happens after? A question I didn't ask, which I will ask, note to self when I rewatch this, is what stage am I at? Most common question people think of when they talk about cancer is, what stage am I at? And I never asked that. I assume it's low because it's not in my lymph nodes, which is good. I don't need a number to define me. The point is, it's not in my lymph nodes, it's not spread, and that's what matters. But I never asked. I'm in total information overload. I can't process the most simplest things right now. I'm just spitting out to you like chronologically what's happened. It's the best way I can communicate. Again, same reason why I'm not answering phone calls. If it doesn't say Newton or Boston on it, I usually don't answer the phone because I can't even have a logical conversation. I've been biting poor Barb's head off constantly just because I can't process. Even when I hear noises, like just in discussion or whatever, not even my discussion, I just can't. It's just too much input and I can't take the input. Side note, I was not in sensory overload this morning when I woke up. I slept well last night. By well, I mean I slept, I don't know how many hours in a row, but I slept a chunk of hours in a row. Maybe that's why. I don't know what the reasoning is. But I didn't have that sensory overload that I've had for the past 2 days. I'm trying to hurry up. I have 5 minutes. September, like mid-September, I go to talk to a medical oncologist. So now I officially have an oncologist, which is interesting because I would think like cancer, oncology. You get cancer, you get an oncologist. But with breast cancer, that's not how that happens. The first thing is like get the junk out, deal with this, and then deal with, post what's going to happen. So post what's going to happen usually means, do you need radiation? Do you need medication like tamoxifen? Do you need chemo? All those things. Don't know. We'll find out mid-September. Which is a couple weeks, I think, from now. No idea. So that was yesterday. Slept pretty well. Was not in a lot of pain last night. I snored a ton, which is in a way a good thing because I was snoring a ton before all this stuff happened. I am losing weight. I'm not concerned about it. I just noticed that my torso looks decent. I'm wearing my camo compression pants that I showed you in my fashion show thing, and I feel like badass that I have them on. The compression is helping. My fingers are not swollen at all anymore, but it did look like my toes were a little bit swollen, and I wasn't sure. I'm tired of wearing compression socks. I don't like socks, period. So to have the compression socks on was like, ugh. They feel like nylons. I don't like the feeling of them. I get that they're practical, but I'm like, I'll just wear the compression pants today, and that's it. But the compression pants go up high, and I like that I could put them on, and I feel skinny. Like when you're wearing like flattering yoga pants, that's what I feel like, which makes me feel good. Today, the nurse came, a different nurse from last time, the one who's assigned to the town where I'm in. So she'll be my person. She was amazing. I made a list of things to talk to her about, and for time's sake, I probably can't get into all of that. I did, I'm looking at it right now. I did have a splitting headache yesterday and today for a short time, like right here on the right side of my head. I don't normally get headaches there. Stress headaches for me are here. It wasn't that. For me, my headache was here. I don't know what that was about. I told her. My dressing is still bunching on the side, so I have been having more pain today on the sides where the tubes go into my body. And the nurse said that's often the biggest complaint at this point. There were a few times where I had like a stabbing, shooting pain in like different areas on my right side, but I'm just overdoing. I'm over talking, I'm over moving, I'm doing too much. And that's something that's been very hard for me, and it's been the biggest thing I think that's making Barb annoyed with me because she's trying to take care of me, and I'm an independent person, and I'm not being very good about letting her do that. The bottom of my boobs in particular seem to be achy. One thing to mention, because like I'm authentic and like there's a book, Everybody Poops. No one talks about it, whatever. People talk about peeing, people don't talk about pooping. Because of anesthesia and because of oxycodone, you get constipated. I haven't gone to the bathroom since surgery. I'm not uberly concerned about it right now, but it is something in the back of my head, and it's hard to be chill when that's in the back of your head, and you have to be chill in order for things to start moving. So it's kind of a double-edged sword. But when the nurse came today and I brought that up to her, you know, things to know, because again, it's educational for all of you too. They did mention stool softeners. They even mentioned Miralax, which I was not a fan of doing. I don't like laxatives. I don't like the impact that that has on your body because I feel like it's too severe. And I took it twice. Obviously had no impact. But when the nurse came, she listened with her stethoscope to my abdominal area. And when she did that, she could hear stuff moving around on the right side of my abdominal area, like where your intestines are and stuff. She heard nothing on the left side. And if you know about the, you know, how it works with where your body parts are when you go to the bathroom, it comes out like where your intestines end is on the left side of your body. So the fact that she heard nothing on the left side means that my body is not ready to use the bathroom. It's not a matter of being concerned that you're like, you know, things are like compacted or whatever the right word is, whatever. It's not that. Like whatever's going on in my body with waste is on my right side. And as much as I talk about mind-body connection, I don't believe I can, as chill as I might be, make my body move the waste from the right side to the left side. I just have to be calm and let the process happen as it happens. This morning, maybe yesterday, was the first time where I peed, where I felt like I just naturally peed. And again, that's part of the anesthesia process with the nerve block. You have to allow your body to take the time it needs to get, you know, your systems back up and functioning. And I'm like, let's get it done, let's get it done. That's not how stuff works. And I just have to slow it down to let my body do those things. So while I had a goal today of going out and walking up my stairs, I did other things. I never made it out to the stairs, and I was like, I'm okay with not doing that. I've been moving around inside the apartment, but I'm okay with not doing that. My body is not ready for that yet. And I'm less stressed out about the whole going to the bathroom thing because my body is saying it's on the right side. I just have to be patient and wait till it gets to the left side. And at that point, then I can, you know, work a little bit with my body to get in the zone and make shit happen. Funny. Bathing, not ready to do that yet because it's just too early. Part of it is my hands. So today, what I did do, because I'm just starting to feel grimy, I used, excuse me, dry shampoo. I'm over time, so as soon as she comes on, I have to get off. I sprayed my hair with dry shampoo, I rubbed it in with my fingers, and I'm able to go here, but I really can't go higher than here with my hands. So I did that to take care of my hair, just combed it through. I don't care if my hair doesn't look good. I wore cutesy little crystal heart earrings to make me feel better. You know, I was gonna wear my Vegas lip gloss, but it never happened. I did put it on yesterday, and I did change my shirt. I'm not matchy, and I don't really care. I did give myself the trucker shower today. And what that means is when truckers are on the road for long distances, they can't necessarily always find a place to shower. So what they do is use wipes. So one of these I got from like a TheraBox thing. This one's coconut lime, and it's good for your private parts too. So I use the coconut lime on like my private parts. Because I had the biopsy done underneath my armpit by the lymph nodes, I can't shave yet. So my armpits are the hairiest they've ever been. And they stink. They stink, but I need to be gentle with that whole area, and truly it is not easy to, like, the extent of my reaching is pretty much here. And this is partly of why I'm hurting today. I'm pushing too much to try to reach over here. So I did go like head to toe last night. I put on cleanser and face toner and coconut milk moisturizer and under eye cream just to be like normal. But then today I took my Neutrogena. These are skin balancing, nourishing and softening cleansing cloths, pre-moistened towelettes. I don't think that I can flush them. I'm not using them for that. So I use these, and they smell just lightly delicately, and I went, you know, over my arms. I got rid of adhesive that was left over from tape from like the IV and stuff. I know I'm coming. Got rid of some of the dye. And then this one is coconut lime. So for parts that, I know, okay, I'm at 1957. 60 seconds. 60 seconds? Okay. I use this for like other areas to give myself, like my pits, I use this for to get that clean. So I felt better. I also asked the nurse to come on Sunday, which they don't usually come, because I'm going to be on my own. So I wanted to make sure that she could be there. Always ask for what you want. What? Flowers? Oh yeah, my flowers are dying. Yeah. People are buying me gifts, and I hate to ask for things that way, but like I also don't like having like dead roses on my kitchen table. I have a gorgeous plant from work, which is practical because I don't have the best green thumb, but it's nice to have like fresh flowers. I used to really not like flowers that much, and now my flowers are dying, so I have dead roses on my table. I don't really want to have dead roses on my table. I'm finishing up here. Things I wrote down really quickly. People tell me that I'm beautiful, but I don't believe that yet. Yeah, I want flowers. I used to not like flowers. My right side I said. The last thing I'm going to say to leave you with is I saw my boobs for the first time today. I'm not going to get into that with like a big story, but today was the first time where I opened my bra in front of a mirror with the nurse there, not by myself, and looked at myself. And yes, it was emotional. And really the only thing that I did to help with that was just let the tears come, listen to her tell me that I'm beautiful, even though I'm like, well, this shit isn't beautiful, but whatever. And then went immediately over to my Barbie doll and realized that she doesn't have nipples or whatever, and I have an Elsa Barbie doll, and neither does she. I also noticed I have an Oscar, a fake Oscar from my show that I won for Viewer's Choice Award, and even Oscar, who's male, is holding like his hands by his chest. So, again, can't see his nipples either. So gotta go now and get Chipotle, and I'm gonna sign off. I'm good. And not annoy Barb, because I've been irritable. And I'm sorry, Barb, and I love Barb, but I've been irritable. So I wanna not be irritable. So I will see you tomorrow. Bye, everyone. Oh, wait, my remote. Bye, everyone. It's still going.